Heckler today in Detroit. Trump was responding to a heckler who shouted what sounds like, quote, pedophile protector as the president toured a Ford F-150 plant. In a statement to Newsweek, White House Communications Director Stephen Chiang seemingly confirmed the exchange, saying, quote, a lunatic was wildly screaming expletives in a complete fit of rage, and the president gave an appropriate and unambiguous response. Of course, this comes as Trump's Justice Department has failed to release the Epstein files weeks after the legally required deadline. Joining us now, the sponsor of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which created that deadline, Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna. He is a member of the House Oversight Committee.
Congressman, welcome to the table. So we all know we have a very, in my estimation, a very underdeveloped man sitting in the White House. And he is not, in my view, that was just a punkish move. I don't know who he thinks he was impressing. I guess it's more impressive if the president of the United States flips you off. But put your big boy pants on, Mr. President. The country's a big country, and we have opinions. We have opinions about you. We have opinions about your actions. So that's all I want to say about that. The fact that the White House, response was a lunatic was wildly screaming expletives in a complete fit of rage. Their over-dramatization of stuff is another bit of crap we have to put up with. So I just want to get your reaction. That was mine. Yeah. I want to get yours.
Well, underdeveloped is pretty gracious for the new year.
My daddy's teaching me how to do these things right. So.
Look, it's not a coincidence of what sets him off. What set him off is the heckler saying you're a pedophile protector. I was just on a podcast with Sean Ryan. Sean Ryan's the #2 podcaster in the country. He was all in on Trump. And he said what lost Trump is protecting pedophiles. That's what this Epstein issue is about. It has gotten under his skin because he knows he's losing the MAGA base on this. He was elected to expose the corruption, to hold these people accountable. Instead, every move they made is to protect people who raped underage girls. And now you have today a federal judge who responded to Massey and my motion, quite a breakthrough where he's now ordered the Department of Justice to brief him on whether he should appoint a special master to actually get these documents released.
The fact that that happened today at a Ford plant in Dearborn, Michigan, while the president was on a factory tour with the CEO of Ford at the end of the manager of the plant, I think speaks to the fact that this is broken through in ways that I don't think anyone